Do you know the real difference between correlation and causation? Confusing the two is a classic mistake on the LNAT, but mastering this one concept will noticeably boost your critical thinking score. Here is the direct answer. Correlation simply means there is a statistical relationship between two variables. They tend to move together or share a mutual association, but that does not mean one causes the other. Causation is different. It refers to a direct cause and effect relationship, where a change in one variable actually produces a change in the other. Establishing it usually requires controlled experiments or extra data. Consider a clear example. Ice cream sales and drowning incidents both rise during summer. They are strongly correlated, but buying ice cream does not cause drowning. That is a classic correlation without any causation. Now, consider genuine causation. Smoking directly causes lung cancer. Excessive sun exposure causes sunburn. Causation requires proof of a direct link, often ruling out other alternative explanations completely. To answer these questions on the LNAT, analyze the relationship very carefully. Look for evidence of a direct cause and effect mechanism, rather than settling for a simple association between the two variables. Be alert to specific keywords. Words like association, relationship, link, and connected usually point to correlation. Words like cause, effect, consequence, result, and influence usually point to direct causation. You must also be very cautious of spurious correlations. These are false associations driven by a hidden third factor or confounding variable. Always ask whether something unseen could be quietly explaining the connection. Remember the golden rule of data analysis. Correlation does not imply causation. Just because two things happen at the same time, it does not follow that one of them caused the other. Pay close attention to temporal precedence too. For a true causal relationship to exist, the cause must always come before the effect. If that ordering is missing, then all you really have is a correlation. Also consider the context and the plausibility of the relationship. Does it genuinely make logical sense that one variable influences the other? Use your critical thinking to weigh how believable the proposed mechanism is. On the LNAT, you might be asked to identify which scenario represents correlation rather than causation. You will need to weigh each option carefully against the facts and the strength of the stated link. For instance, a question might ask whether umbrella usage causes rainy weather. Clearly that is just a correlation. The rain causes people to use umbrellas, not the other way around. The direction gives it away. Another question might test your knowledge of study types. Remember that a randomized controlled trial is generally best suited to establishing true causation, far more so than a simple observational or cross-sectional study. You should also know the requirements for causation. You need temporal precedence, covariation of cause and effect, a plausible mechanism, and no alternative explanations. A negative correlation, by contrast, is never a requirement. And remember, LNAT questions may not use the words correlation or causation at all. You have to read each question carefully to understand its true intention and what it is really asking you to judge. The best way to get comfortable with these ideas is through regular, realistic practice. Try our free full-length LNAT practice test to hone both your reading comprehension and your analytical reasoning at LawMint.uk. You also unlock the full series of 200 full-length tests featuring 8,400 multiple-choice questions, each with a detailed explanation of the reasoning behind the answer. Don't leave your law school application to chance. Head over to LawMint.uk to access 200 full-length tests with 8,400 multiple-choice questions. And don't forget to subscribe to @LNAT Prep on YouTube for more.